Welcome to Cricut This by craftdreamtime.com. I'm Lori and I'm here to show you how we took an inspirational piece to make a wonderful wall decor out of paper for our farmhouse dining room makeover. Hey everyone, we're going to go ahead and make the large wallflower first. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the image and go to Browse and look for my large flower SVG and open it. You're going to see it come in like this, and the file itself, click on it and insert the image. The file itself is grouped inside of Adobe Illustrator, but Cricut for some reason has not been cooperating in bringing it in properly. But I'm going to show you what you can do. Just go ahead and click Ungroup, so it ungroups all of the pieces and they're individual now. And all we really need to do is make sure that we drag these pieces over, just straight across over to the rectangle right there. Okay, and then let's get this one out of the way and this one's out of the way just so I can show you. All right, so these are supposed to be evenly spaced apart, so just make sure that when you do drag these over that we have them evenly spaced apart as far as, let's get this rectangle on a straight line and then move these over so that they're on a line, on a line, this line right here. Once you have this lined up and this lined up, then you're good to go. They're going to cut correctly. And you'll see in the video that this just makes your little box that will go around the edges. Okay, so this is already sized to be a large flower, so the petals are 5.45 inches wide and 11.48 inches long. All of these are already sized to be appropriate for the large flower. So all we're going to do is we're going to select these lines again all at once. Just drag your Cricut over them. It draws a box. And we're going to change those to score lines. Okay, so when we insert this, it's going to want to score the cardstock first, and then you'll put your, you'll transfer your blade, and then it'll do the cut. And then you can easily fold these to make the little box. So once you get the score lines on, you want to select the entire objects, the score lines and the rectangle, and click attach. So the score lines will stay on that object. Okay, before we go to make it, we're going to go ahead and select the petal, and we want 8 of them. So we're going to do a copy, Control C, and a paste, Control V, until we have 8 of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then select the entire rectangle with the score lines and copy and paste until you have 8 of those. Okay, and you only need 1 of those and 1 of those. All right, so now we'll go to make it, and this will put everything on the mats correctly then. And it should fit on a 12 by 12 sheet for all of these without wasting paper. It did a pretty good job of laying them out properly. Okay, then we'll go ahead and go to continue. Then we're going to go ahead and select the medium cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and put the default pressure to more, just because I like to do that with cardstock, and then I'll go ahead and cut the pieces. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of all of those, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box all the way around everything to select it all, and I'm going to resize this now because I'm going to make a smaller one. So this is totally up to you how big you want to make it, how bigger or smaller. 1 to 2 inches smaller. I think I just did 3 inches. And everything will be sized appropriately. So now this one is 4 by 8.9, and it's about 9 inches, and the other one was 11.4. So this is a good medium sized. So once you have that all done, then just go ahead and make it as well. And then you can go ahead and see if you can change or move any of these depending on what size you have to save some paper. and we'll go ahead and continue as well. Select the medium cardstock and the more pressure. And then we'll cut those. Okay, I'm going to cancel that and I'm going to show you the small flower now. Let's go ahead and save this one, and you can save this one as the large wallflower. And then we'll click on the plus sign for the new canvas and upload the small. Go browse and find it and upload the small flower. And upload it. Select it and insert it. And it is already sized as well. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup it because we're going to make some duplicates of this flower as well. So this one is 5.052 wide by 7.007 high, and that made a very good contrast to the other two. And this one does not have the box that goes around, so you only have the petals and the middle parts and the back. This is the backing. Okay, so we need 6 of these petals. So I'm going to Control C and Control V until I have 6 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that's all we need to do. We'll go ahead and make it. And here you probably can move some mats around, some things around to save some paper. Just by hitting the 3 dots, you can move the object and select one of the other mats to move it to. It moves it over, and you can see there's plenty of room on this sheet. There's probably even more room if you move some of these things around. Like that. Might be able to tilt that a little bit more. I don't know how much more you can get saved, but you get the idea. You might be able to move one of these. I'm going to move it over to the other mat. Oh, I think we can probably move that one as well. So I'll move this one to the last mat. Confirm it. Yes, I'm sure we can fix this. So we have plenty of room to print all those. So now we've saved a whole 12 by 12 sheet of paper. That should be fine. I don't know that we could save much more than that. Okay, we'll go ahead and continue. And just like before, we'll select the medium cardstock. With more pressure. And then we'll go ahead and cut that one out as well. Okay, so these are the supplies that you need. We've got scissors that I use to cut little divots out of the sponge brush, and we'll use that for our painting technique. I have the tacky glue because I want this to be a permanent structure when it's done. And I have double-sided tape as well. And I'm going to use white acrylic paint, a little bit of dark chocolate brown, and a little bit of country tan when we get to painting. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start with the biggest one. I've already cut the pieces, so this is going to be the center of the flower. And we'll put that together. And then these are the pieces that are going to go around to hold the pieces together. And this over here is the petals, and they're all the same size. And there's 8 of them. So first I want to go ahead and paint my pieces. And we're going to follow the inspiration piece. So let's get these flattened out. Okay, so I'm going to use these 2 brushes. I'm going to give everything a 1 coat of white mixed with a little bit of the tan. I'm just going to get that on my plate first. And then I'm going to mix them up together. So this is just a matter of preference, what you like, how dark or how light. I just want it to stand up against my walls. So I'm going to make it, I'm not going to have it be so stark white. And then I'm just going to cover my paper. Now what my intent is with doing this is to make the paper, first of all, look wood grainy, and then second, to make it more durable, long lasting and durable. Okay, so I'm going to go in one direction now to give it that wood look. So I'm going to do that first and then set it aside. Then I'm going to just get the center of this guy because I want the stamens to be white so they stand out against the piece. Okay, so I'm just going to do that little center piece. All right, now the flower edges, I'm going to go ahead and cover all these. I'm just going to do the tops of the parts that go in between. So these are, you have scored them, so we're just going to bend them around and we're going to make a little box is what we're going to end up doing. We'll tape that together and then you're going to have this that shows. So I'm just going to do a light coat over this just so that it doesn't seem so stark. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want it covered. So you don't have to worry about the back side, just the front side. What I'm going to do is take my brush that I made with the little divots in it. You see how I cut them out, nothing special. And I'm going to then take my brush and just do the tips. So you see how that's going to make a wood grain look. Okay, I'm going to make sure I have enough on there. And don't be afraid, because if you mess up this side, you always have the other side that you can start over. Okay, so now I'm just going to lightly brush it on here to give it some wood grainy look. Just to make it look like it's wood. You can go this way. Swirl it around a little bit. You can also paint your things, your design, so it's going that way, either way. But you just want a little bit of contrast. So just have fun with this part. All right, now I have to build my little guys first. So for these, I'm going to use the double-sided tape as well as glue. And that's just to make sure that they stick together really well and last for years to come. So I'm going to get the size of that, about that long. Okay, and then just remove that. And then I'm going to use the tacky glue down there and just do the edges, just to make double sure that it'll stick. Okay. Oh, let me just stick that down there. All right. I'm going to fold it over, fold it up. Seal it down. Okay, And that's our little box that we'll glue to our flower to. Okay. Okay, so we've done all the little boxes, and what we're going to do now is we're going to attach it all together. So this little sky goes on top of here, and you can make it 3D if you like. I'm going to put a little bit of foam dots behind it, and then each of these little doohickeys right here, the little round circles, is going to attach the flower to it, and then the little blocks are what go behind it, and we'll do it in a circular fashion. So we're going to do one at a time because we want these guys to line up correctly. So let me get all of the petals on first. I'm going to do this. Well, let me do this first, and then I'll put all the petals on. Okay. And we'll do these last. Okay, foam dots. So let's get these foam dots on here. Just to give them kind of a 3D look, and then we'll pop them out, fold them forward, pop these down, and then that's how that'll go. But for now, I'm just going to keep them flat. Okay, and then the little guy attaching here, I'm just going to glue him down, but I'm going to use, for the sake of time of drying and everything, I'm going to use double-sided tape just to get it so that the glue has time to set. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it, and I'm going to stick it on the very end of this guy right here, and then I'll glue around it, and that'll let me work while the glue is drying. Okay, so I'm just gluing around that square. Okay, and just stick your little guy on top. And then I'll get it to where it's stuck and I can work with it. Okay, we'll go on to the next. I'm going to make sure these little guys are glued down. Put a little dab of glue on that guy. Okay. I don't want that coming apart later. Okay, so we're done assembling the whole flower, and then the next part is to attach the little bricks. So we're going to put them behind, and we're going to attach the leaf by gluing it down there, and then we just want to make sure that we have a good angle, and then we're going to carry the angle all the way across at approximately the same distance between all of them so that it looks like it's a big round circle. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to use the same technique that I've been using. Just going to cut a little bit of the double-sided tape, and then the glue. I'm going to go ahead and give it a generous helping of glue, and then I'll stick it, but I need to do it on both sides. Okay, the glue just around it. All right, then we'll stick it to the backs of the flowers. We've got time to wiggle it around a little bit to make sure it's where we want it. Just want it to have consistency and to be, you know, parallel with that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use my scissors to press up on the back just so I get that tape going really well. So I'm just pressing down and with the scissors in the background. There we go. Okay. And then you're just going to fluff up your stamen like we talked before. You bend them however you want them. And you can color them if you'd like to. I just thought leaving them white would be cute, so you can see them really well. All right. So there's the flower. And then we'll be putting it on the wall using command strips. Okay, so we're back making the small flower, and I went ahead and did all the painting and did the wood grain on it, and we're creating the little stamen. I put the little double dots on it, and I'm just going to center it in the middle of there. Okay, now these all attach to here like this, like so. Okay. Just want to see how this is going to look. Okay, that should be fine. Like that is how it all goes together. Oops, a little bit closer. Just like that. And then we'll have the back piece that we can hang it on the wall with. Okay, so just going to see each one of these go to one petal. So they're going to attach that way. All right, so I'm going to put them all together. Okay, so in the same fashion that I did before, I'm going to go ahead and use the double-sided tape. The last step is just to apply the round circle to the back of the small flower. I hope you enjoyed this video and look forward to the next episode as we continue to transform our dining room into a farmhouse dining room using inspirational pictures to create our farmhouse dining room look with our Cricut. Be sure to subscribe, like, and ring the bell so that you get notifications of the next series coming up. Check out our sister site, comfycozyhome.com, where you'll get a lot of other different ideas for DIYing your house.